Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Uh, Counting for real. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. So, just have a few things to talk about today. Um, just chilling. Just chilling by myself. Me and my balloons. Me and my balloons. Just chilling. And here first I have. This is a copy of my book. You see, you can read it on your tablet. This is one of my books. You can, this is My Brother Billy is Different. So, you can read it on your tablet. You can read it on your tablet. I'm trying to see, okay, that was that book. See, this is a regular little Kindle. And, so this is how you can read it on your tablet. So this is My Brother Billy is Different. Click on, I clicked on web and then, let me see. Okay, yes, this is, you turn your little pages. This is my Kindle. So this is my book. And, as I turn the pages, oops, see, this is, how you can read it on the tablet. There you go, see. And then what I do, you click. So they let you read a free copy. I mean, they let you read not a whole book, but they'll let you read. See, they let you read a sample copy. That's what I want to say. A sample copy, and this is so you can read it. Go to the Google Play store, and then I did a video to show you how you can write your book. So in other words, see, this is my Kindle. It's supposed to move. So so if you're in the market for I mean, you want to write a book, I said go for it. Continue writing, and don't let nothing stop you. And then what I did, I just kept on writing my book, and I procrastinated for a while, and so I procrastinated, but I finally got my book done. So just don't give up, keep on writing, and so what I did, I wrote my notes out. I get me, bought me a notebook, pen and paper, kept on writing, and then did my research. So I became more familiar with the topic that I was writing about. So, you know, so this is my Kindle. So you will become more familiar with the topic that you're writing about. Do your research. Do your research, then try to put things in your own words, and you always then if you're writing about well any topic that you're writing on, you you want to do a little research. And these are the books that I used when I was in college. So you can go on the web, on the internet, and it'll show you how you do your author. You have to get the author credit. In other words, you're using someone else's words. You're using another author's words and sentences or ideas. So then you want to you get you one of these books. It's called a publication manual. publication manual of the American Psychological Association. So this will help you do your references. So, so this will help you do your references. In other words, let me see if I find an example of a reference. So basically, you put the author's last name, then the date of the publication, then the title of the book, and so it gives you. Here go one right here. Here go a sample right here at the bottom. Right here at the bottom. That's a sample of a reference, but you can always go online. So what they have they have the author's name, the year, and the title of the book, and then it has another title and another author, and then it has a page number, and then it has the place where the book was written, right there at the bottom. So, in other words, you can use this. So I use this book when I was at Capella University, and then I have another manual. It's called Publication Manual of the American Psychological Association. So they both, they both serve the same purpose. So, but I hold on to these books. So when I'm doing my, when I'm doing my research writing, and then this right here, it gives you some, references. It gives you some guide to follow when you're doing your research and writing. So, in other words, it tell you can write the last name, then you put the year. So one work by one author, then you got one work by two authors, and it tell you how to, one work by three authors, one work by four authors. So it tell you exactly how to go about doing it. So in other words, you're writing. And as I said, you're, when you're writing, you just constantly keep on writing and writing and writing, and then once you finish doing all your writing, you can always edit it, edit and overlook, go look over, your writing, type everything up in Microsoft Word, and then and like I said, you go to if you want pictures, well I usually use Shutterstock, Shutterstock.com. They have some nice pictures, cartoon pictures, whatever kind of pictures you want to put in your whatever kind of pictures you want to put in your books. They got children's pictures, cartoon pictures, adult pictures, playground pictures. Shutterstock has a worldwide selection of pictures, whatever type of pictures you want. So I chose to put cartoon pictures in my books. So because I was writing about children, I wrote 3 children's books on autism. So I'm going to be changing my topic later on, but as I said, just keep on writing and writing and writing and writing. So you can finish that book. Sometimes you can start out with a short book, a book that doesn't have a whole lot of pages. Say this is a book that has 50 pages. Just say if you really want to be an author, you'll sit down and get it done. Go somewhere with nice and quiet. A desk. You have a desk. You have buy you some paper, buy you plenty magic markers, ink pens, pencils, whatever you need. Notebook paper, notebooks, tablets. So I did all that, and to this day, I always like to keep paper, pencils, and pens around my house. You never know when you're gonna need to write something. So what I say is keep on writing until keep on writing until you finish what you need. In other words, you have a topic. You have to keep on writing until you finish exploring that topic and write down all the information that you need. In other words, you write down whatever's important, pertinent to that topic. Say for instance, you want to write about you can write about What about writing about a vacation spots? So in other words, if you want to, you don't, sometimes you don't have to travel. If you want to write about vacation spots, say for instance, you live in whatever city you live in. You could be living in New York. What are the vacation spots all around New York? That would be a good. And then you can have nice pictures. You can go around town, get your camera, take you some pictures, and then you can put your own pictures in your book. You don't have to use Shutterstock, but Shutterstock is good to use too. But depending on what you want to talk about, what you want to write about, you might want to write. What if you want to write about monuments in 4 or 5 different states, or like I said, vacation spots. Even you can write about restaurants. What about? I thought about that myself. Excuse me. What about writing about all the restaurants in my city, right here in Washington D.C.? Go around town and check out all the hot spots and write a book on that. And that would be a good book because sometimes when tourists come to town, sometimes they may want to purchase books like that. Those books may sell good because we have tourists come to town all the time. And if you got a book that has all the go-to spots, restaurants, and the go-to places, say, hey, go here when you're in town, and all it don't have to be food. It could be the zoo, it could be restaurants. You can put all that in one book, and that's a good idea. I was thinking about something like that myself. So, and that way, then at the bottom of each picture, in other words, I got a picture of the National Zoo right here in Washington D.C., and then I have writings under it. Telling people where it's located, what what things they can see at the zoo, type of fun they can have, and then also places like Chuck E. Cheese. You can also put pictures of that, like something like that in your book, and all the go-to spots. You got the movies, you got restaurants, you got the zoo, your monument, the Capitol, the White House, different places like that. So I was just saying that would be a good topic. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. That a little bit of that. Then I also want to get back into my book that I was brought to you last time. This is essential medical terminology. So I think we all need to know a little bit about our bodies. It would be very important. So I think I stopped off at let me see. Oh, okay. The skeletal system. I think I stopped off at chapter 2, the skeletal system. Oh no, I think I finished this one. Let me go to let's do the muscular system. We have the muscular system. Okay, I'm just gonna read a little bit. Okay, the first major muscle type in the body is the skeletal muscle. This muscle attaches to the bones of the skeleton. The skeletal muscles are also known as voluntary muscles because it is the person's conscious effort that moves them. The voluntary muscles that are not attached to the skeleton and are not skeletal muscles provide movement of the face, eyes, tongue, and pharynx. See, it says, look, the voluntary muscles that are not attached to the skeleton, they are not attached to the skeleton, and are not skeletal muscles provide movement of the face, your eyes, your tongue, and your pharynx. Skeletal muscles can also be referred to as striated muscles because when you look at them in a laboratory setting, they will have a striped appearance. And this is a picture structure of the skeletal muscle. So, and then it says at the bottom, the skeletal muscles of the body are responsible for moving body parts or the whole body frame. The skeletal muscles of the body are responsible for moving body parts of the whole body frame. They also maintain body alignment and posture while also producing body heat by the contraction or shortening of the muscle. When a muscle is contracting, one bone where the muscle is attached does not move, while the other bone can move more freely. Muscles work in pairs to make the movement. And then we got each skeletal muscle is made up of long, slender cells called muscle fibers. These muscle fibers are then held together by thin sheets of fibers, resembling fibers. Connective tissue called fascia. It is the fascia that covers and binds the muscles together. Tendons, ligaments, joints, and bursae are important structures that help with the shape and movement of the muscular system. hmm Tendons are bands of dense white fibers, connective tissue, that connects a muscle to the bones and help with movement. Ligaments are tough, strong, flexible bands of tissue that connect bone to bone, giving support to the joints. See, ligaments will either limit or promote movement and will also give stability to the bone. Joints are the points of contact that are between two bones. That's what they call the joints, and hold the bones together. The joints hold the bones together. Joints allow for the movement and the flexibility of the bones. So your joints allows for the flexibility and the movement of the bones. Bursae are the small synovial fluid sacs that are found at the friction points around the joints between the tendons, ligaments, and bones. The bursae will act as a cushion to relieve the stress between the tendons and the bone and are located in the elbow, knee, and shoulder joints. So your elbow, your knee, and your shoulder joints. So that's where the bursae is located. Note that bursae is the plural form of bursa. So this is just a little picture right here where they saying the bursae is located. hmm So also, smooth muscles are known as involuntary muscles and can be found lining the walls of the hollow internal organs of the body. These include the walls of the stomach, digestive tract, blood vessels, glands, respiratory system, and urinary and genital ducts. The smooth muscles are controlled by the automatic nervous system. The function the function of the smooth muscles is to move and control the flow of bodily fluids through the systems mentioned above. It's important to note that smooth muscles are not controlled by the individual person. Therefore, they are not voluntary. So this is some good stuff, medical stuff. Through a microscope, you will not see a striated or striped appearance as in the skeletal muscles. Another term to describe the smooth muscle is a visceral muscle. Visceral means located in a large internal organ of the body, such as the liver or intestine, but not the heart. The third muscle is a specialized muscle called the cardiac muscle, which forms the wall of the heart. Cardiac muscle is forms the wall of the heart, and is also involuntary and controlled by the autonomic nervous system. When viewing the cardiac muscle through a microscope, you will see that it is striated with a striped appearance. And then we got movement. Movement of the muscles occurs as you have learned, either voluntary or by the person's own effort, or involuntarily by the automatic nervous system. Remember, when muscle movement occurs, one of the attached bones will move more freely than the other. Muscles are attached to the bones in such a way in the body that allows movement to occur when the muscles contract and relax. So muscles are attached to our bones. Muscles are attached to the bones in such a way in the body that allows movement to occur when the muscles contract and relax. Contraction again means the shortening of the muscle pulling on the bone that it is attached to, and relaxation means the lengthening of the muscle, returning it to its original position. The place where the muscle begins or originates and attaches to the less movable bone is called the origin. The point where the muscle ends or inserts and is attached to the more movable bone is called the insertion. So this is a picture of the synovial joint and the upper leg. That's the upper leg, and that's the. Yep. So that's important. So this is a picture of the anterior muscles, and we have the posterior muscles. Anterior muscles. So it's showing all the different types of muscles. And then it said muscular diseases. Diseases of the muscles can affect people of all ages at any time. Medical treatment that an individual receives will depend on which muscle group is affected. Skeletal muscle disorders require treatment by specialists such as orthopedic surgeons for injuries and disorders of the bones, joints, muscles, and tendons. When the individual has an inflammation of the connective tissue in the muscle, the specialist is referred to as a rheumatologist. And it said cardiologists will treat disorders of the cardiac muscles. With disorders of the smooth muscles, family practitioners may treat the individual as necessary. So that was the end of that chapter. Then we have the cardiovascular system. Just some few little things I wanted to go over because I always when I said I wanted to do a little bit of medical sometime. This is the cardiovascular. Okay, it says functions of the cardiovascular system. Pumps blood at a cellular level to vital tissues and organs. So in other words, pumps blood to the kidneys and the heart. Okay, it says that as stated earlier, the heart muscle and blood vessels make up the cardiovascular system. There are several types of blood vessels. They include the arteries, veins, capillaries, arterioles, and venules. So the cardiovascular system functions in the following ways. The cardiovascular pumps blood at a cellular level to vital tissues and organs, transports oxygen and other nutrients to the cells of the body, and it removes carbon dioxide and other waste products from the cells to be eliminated from the body. So in other words, the cardiovascular system responsible for making sure the blood is pumped through the heart to the heart and the kidneys, and through your capillaries, your veins, arteries, and also transports oxygen and other nutrients through the cells to the cells. Removes carbon dioxide and other wastes. Removes carbon dioxide and other wastes. So we learned about the what was that? With the kidney. The kidney. What was that? That was that wasn't the muscular system. The kidneys. I forgot what they called that. The kidneys. I know we have two kidneys. Oh, here. Oh, that's something. That's the heart. Blood. The respiratory system is something I would go with. Digestive system. Now we have the digestive system too. This is a nice book right here. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I see what the name of that was. Okay. I guess it's a urinary system. Yep. So the kidneys are in the urinary system. Yep. So this is the cardiovascular. We have the pulmonary valve, the pulmonary veins, the right atrium, tricuspid valve, right ventricle, aorta, pulmonary arteries, left atrium, mitral valve, aortic valve, left ventricle. This is a picture of the internal view of the heart. So this is the internal view of the heart. So electrical conduction system of the heart. The heart pumps blood regularly to the body about 60 to 100 times per minute. Imagine that. This pumping action is controlled by a complex electrical impulse received from a group of nerve cells. Or in addition to the nerve cell stimulation, a regular rhythm heartbeat is dependent on the balance of electrolytes, oxygen, and nutrients. This complex system causes the heart to contract and relax. The electrical impulse which generates the heart's beat originates in the right atrium and is called the sinoatrial node. It's called the pacemaker because the electrical impulse originates here. This impulse spreads over both the atria, resulting in simultaneous contraction of both atria. So it's just a picture. And it said movement of the blood through blood vessels through the body is called circulation. So the blood moves through your body, called circulation. So it circulates through your heart, through your kidneys, through your cells. Let's see what else we got. Blood vessels of the body. It says, as stated earlier, the blood vessels are the other component of the cardiovascular system. The blood vessels. There are several types of blood vessels: the arteries, arterioles, veins, venules, capillaries. Each blood vessel has a specific role in the cardiovascular system. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart to the various parts of the body. So the arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart to the various parts of the body. The only exception to this rule is the pulmonary artery, which transports deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. The only exception of this rule is the pulmonary artery, which transports deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. So the right ventricle to the lung. The walls of the arteries are large and thick. The arteries then branch off into smaller vessels called arterioles. The arterioles in turn branch off into tiny vessels called capillaries. The capillaries are very thin-walled vessels where oxygen and nutrients are able to enter the tissue. It is here an exchange occurs and waste products and carbon dioxide are then picked up. The capillaries then join the venules. Venules are small branches of veins. The venules come together to form larger vessels, the veins. The veins continue to transport the carbon dioxide and waste products back to the right atrium through the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, where the process starts over again. So it says blood pressure and related cardiovascular system terms. Blood pressure is a term used when referring to the pressure placed on the walls of the heart. That's why they call it blood pressure. Pressure placed on the walls of the heart, arteries, veins, and capillary. Heart arteries and veins as blood is circulating through the body. It's measured using the two instruments, the sphygmomanometer and stethoscope. Okay, that's that. So then we have the blood, lymphatic, and immune system. So some of these words I have. Okay, the blood. The blood is a fluid that circulates and pumps through the heart, arteries, veins, and capillaries. The blood is made up of plasma or liquid, a straw-colored part of the blood and blood cells. While the blood is supplying oxygen and nutrients to the cells of the body, another function removes carbon dioxide and other waste products from the cells and all parts of the body. See, while the blood is supplying oxygen and nutrients to the cells, so the blood supplies oxygen and nutrients to the cells of the body. So the blood is very important. I guess that's why we have to take care of our blood too. And then it says this process allows for a normal and balanced internal system. A corpuscle is any red or white blood cell. Hematology is the medical science that studies the blood and the blood-forming organs. So that is, well, it's a whole lot to read in this chapter here. But then we have, what are our lymph nodes? Lymph nodes located in the lymph vessels are the bean-shaped collections of lymphatic tissue that acts as filters for the dead cells and bacteria that can be found in the lymph fluid. Then we have the spleen, the largest sac-like lymph organ in the body. It is found in the upper left quadrant of the abdomen. Your spleen is found in your abdomen. The spleen, the largest sac-like lymph organ in the body, is found in the upper quadrant of the abdomen, below the diaphragm and posterior or behind the stomach. The spleen also filters the blood as the lymph nodes filter the lymph. The spleen filters the blood. The spleen is therefore called hemolytic, which means it removes and destroys the old red blood cells. And who was to know? I never knew. The spleen removes and destroys old red blood cells. That's the spleen, and it's in your abdomen. So it gets rid of the old red blood cells. Removes and destroys old red blood cells. That's why your spleen has to be taken care of too. Your liver, your spleen, your heart, your lungs, with all this we have to take care of very well. Then we have the immune system function and structures. The B cells attack viruses and bacteria in the bloodstream by producing only one specific antibody against one specific antigen. So we have the respiratory system. Then the respiratory system works through the processes of inspiration and expiration. Inspiration occurs when air, which has an oxygen concentration of 21%, is drawn into the body and eventually into the lungs. Expiration occurs when carbon dioxide is exhaled or breathed out from the body. Then we have digestive system. The digestive system, we have, in other words, we have the mouth, the tongue, the pharynx, the esophagus, the liver, gallbladder, large intestine, rectum, stomach, pancreas, small intestine. So they're showing you how the food goes down the mouth. See how the food goes down your mouth. Your food goes down your mouth to your tongue. Your tongue pushes it back to the pharynx over here. And then it goes on down. There's your liver and your stomach. Your liver and your stomach is right here together. And your gallbladder, your large intestine, and your small intestine, your rectum, and your anus. And it's coming on out. Coming on out. So this is a pretty good book. It gives me all the systems. And we got the small intestine. The small intestine or small bowel is the largest organ of the GI tract and has 3 segments. The duodenum, the shortest segment, the jejunum, the middle segment, and the ileum, the most inferior segment. In total, it is about 20 feet in length. Having the Murgatroyd. Oh, this is the splenic fixture. See the duodenum. So yes, this is a good book. This is the liver and the spleen. We have the liver and the spleen right here. Liver and the spleen, the different parts. The liver, the spleen. So, okay, I think that's gonna be it for this book. And let me see. Let's just go over the urinary system again. The urinary system is made up of 2 kidneys. So we all know we have 2 kidneys, 2 ureters, the urinary bladder, and a urethra. Working together, the structures of the urinary system are responsible for elimination of the waste. So we have 2 kidneys, 2 ureters, the urinary bladder, and the urethra. So that system, urinary system, responsible for elimination of the waste from the body. Another function is to regulate the balance of fluids and electrolytes, which consist of water, salts, and acids. This state of balance and stable internal environment is referred to as homeostasis. The kidneys have the role of filtering the blood by removing the waste products such as urea, uric acid, and creatinine from the body system and producing urine. The kidneys have the role of filtering the blood by removing the waste products such as urea, uric acid, and creatinine from the body system and producing urine. Urine, urine is 95. Urine is 95% water and 5% waste products. Okay, the urine is passed from each kidney by the two ureters to the urinary bladder. So the urine comes from the kidneys to the ureters and then to the urinary bladder. And then it comes out as waste. It says when the bladder is full, the urine leaves the body through the urethra. So you drink a lot of water, you drink a lot of liquid, tea, coffee, whatever. And so the urine, when it's time to urinate, the urine is 95% water, 5% waste. So 5% of that waste has to come out. So in other words, you drink a lot of water, a lot of coffee, a lot of tea, liquids. Then your urine is passed from the kidney by the two ureters. So in other words, the ureters push it through the kidney and to the urinary bladder, which is the storage for the urine. And then when the bladder is full, it comes out of the urethra. Urethra. So, and this is what the kidney looks like. This is what our kidneys look like. So let's look at that kidney right there. So this is what the kidney look like. This is the cortex, the renal column, renal pyramid, renal pelvis, major calyx, minor calyx, capsule, ureter, renal artery, renal vein, medulla, and this is a kidney. So that's what the kidney looks like. So yeah. So that is it for the terminology today. So I'll be reviewing that. And then also, well, I want to talk about let me see. Class, let me see. Okay, just a couple, just a couple. So when I was in Australia, my major was business administration, so I did take a couple of business ethics courses. So that's ethics and the conduct of business. So just to look in, let me see what we studied in here. Okay, we talked about things like affirmative action. Let me see what other stuff we had in the book. Okay, here's a business decision they had in the book. It's my business ethics book. A sales representative for a struggling computer supply firm has a chance to close a multi-million-dollar deal for an office system to be installed over a 2-year period. The machines for the first delivery are in the company's warehouse, but the remainder would have to be ordered from the manufacturer. Because the manufacturer is having difficulty meeting the heavy demand for a popular model, the sales representative is not sure that subsequent deliveries can be made on time. Any delay in converting to the new system would be costly to the customer. However, the blame could be placed on the manufacturer. Should the sales representative close the deal without advising the customer of the problem? So in other words, it says a sales rep, a sales representative for a struggling computer supply firm, and has a chance to close a multi-million-dollar deal for an office system to be installed over a 2-year period. In other words, she has a chance to close a deal uh, for a she has a chance to close a deal, close a multi-million-dollar deal for a office system, for a new office system to be installed. So the problem is the manufacturer is having difficulty meeting the heavy demand for the popular model. The sales representative is not sure that subsequent deliveries can be made on time. So any delay in converting to the new system will be costly to the customer. However, the blame could be placed on the manufacturer. Should the sales representative close the deal without advising the customer of the problem? So, in other words, it's a problem. So, in other words, the customer rep, the sales rep has the job of ordering this new system, this new office system. But in other words, the manufacturer say they don't think that they'll be able to, uh, make the deliveries on time. Like when I was talking about my other course, my other lectures, JIT, just in time. So you have enough inventory just in time, or just enough to serve a purpose instead of having a whole lot of inventory in your warehouse. So in other words, the question is, see, this is an ethical question. So my thing would be, no, you have to be honest with your customer. In other words, you can't close. In other words, it's a multi-million-dollar deal. So in other words, the question is, should she go ahead and give the okay to the manufacturer and let the multi-million-dollar deal go through, but not let the customer know that the products may not be on time. The system may not be built on time. Some of the I guess some of the uh, products from the warehouse to build the system will not be able to be shipped on time. So in this situation, the sales rep will have to let the customer know. Say, look, I'm the sales rep, and the manufacturer don't believe that they can, make these on-time deliveries for all the products that you all need for your system. And let the customer be able to make their decision whether or not they want to say, hey, I changed my mind, I don't want to do this. So that was just like an ethical question. It's a 4 business decisions. And let's see, let me read one more. Let's try one more, and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay, this one is the CEO of a mid-sized producer of a popular line of kitchen appliances is approached about merging with a larger company. The terms offered by the suitor are very advantageous to the CEO, who will receive a large severance package. The shareholders of the firm will also benefit since the offer for their stock is substantially above the current market price. The CEO learns, however, that plans call for closing a plant that is a major employer in a small town. The firm has always taken its social responsibility seriously, but the CEO is now unsure of how to balance the welfare of the employees who will be thrown out of work and the community where the plant is located against the interests of the shareholders. He is also not sure how much to take his own interests into account. Should he bail out in order to enrich himself? I would say no. See, the CEO of a mid-sized producer of a popular line of kitchen appliances is approached about merging with a larger company. The terms offered by the suitor are very advantageous to the CEO, who will receive a large severance package. So sometimes people about money, they'll do anything, but I would say, the question is, he is also not sure how much to take his own interests into account. And the question is, should he bail out in order to enrich himself? Should he bail out to enrich himself? Yeah, bail out. And this is not something that you want to do, because it says the terms offered by the suitor are very advantageous, who will receive a large severance pay. So in other words, they would have to shut down this plant where people would lose a lot of jobs. So I think that, that don't sound like a good idea to me, because a lot of people losing jobs, people have their bills to pay. You can't take people's jobs. And say the CEO learns, however, that plans call for closing a plant that is a major employer in a small town. So they close their plant and employers, the employees lose their job, so that won't be no good thing. So I would say no. So this is just my business ethics book. I was just reading that little passage from that. So, and then also when I was at so in other words, you have to, when you run a business, business ethics is important. So like I said, business ethics is important. Business ethics and the conduct of business, and also when you're running a business, you have to corporate social responsibility and managerial ethics. You have to adhere to your corporate social responsibility. Yep, your corporate social responsibility, giving back to your community, and all that is very important. See, individuals care about ethics, reputation counts. Employees are not just organizational drones. They are individual human beings who are concerned about their relationships and their personal reputations. In today's work environment, success depends on one's ability to work effectively with others. Right, so you in an organization, you have to be able to work effectively with others. You have your, different cultures working together. So you have to learn to work together and get along. And we from different cultures. We bring different skills, different knowledge, different beliefs, different religions, different way of doing things. That's culture. Uh, Trust greases the wheels of working relationships with peers across departments and on project teams. We disagree with the old adage that nice guys or gals finish last. If it looks like bad guys or gals come out ahead, this is generally a short-run result. A reputation for being difficult to work with, dishonest, or mean often catches up with you as co-workers. Withhold important information and promotions go to the others. Given the importance of relationships to effectiveness in business today, one's reputation for integrity is an essential ingredient for success and personal satisfaction. In our interview with Carl Skoglund, he talked about a story he used to tell college recruits who visited Texas Instruments. Hayes. She made a statement that applies to anybody who is a parent, teacher, manager, or supervisor. She said, when they call you a star, you are obligated to conduct yourself above approach. People give you their hearts and their trust, and you have no right to let them down. I tell the recruits, look, there are going to be decisions you have to make. There are going to be times when things will be given to you. There are going to be times when things will be taken away, perhaps even your job. But throughout your professional life, there is one thing that nobody can ever take away from you unless you make the decision to let them take it away. Let them take it away from you, and that's your integrity. Does society care, business, and social responsibility? So then we have this why. Let's say why be ethical? Why bother? Who cares? The motivation to be ethical. So just some different topics in this social responsibility book. So just trying to breeze through here. Cognitive barriers to good ethical judgment. Individual differences aside, all human beings share certain ways of thinking about the world. The steps offered in Chapter 4 assume a rational ethical decision-making process, prescribing how an ethical decision should be made. Then we have privileged information, influence. Why is it an ethical problem? That's different stuff. So it's just this little social responsibility book. When I was at Capella University, I was working on my PhD when I took this course. So, class, just talking about business ethics and writing books and carrying on. So when you're writing books, so like I said, I finished my 3 books. So since we are twins, we have autism, and so I did finish my 3 books. They're all in the Google Play Store. So yes. So I'm just I love my balloons. So like I said, business, when you're running a business, running a business is small or large. Ethics comes into play. You have your name, you have your location, you have your niche, you have your target market, you have your brand. You have to build your brand. I mean, you have your business license, you have your online presence, you have your storefront, and then there comes your social responsibility, your business ethics. So all that is a part of business. So you must be ethical. In other words, you're running a business. Say, for instance, you're running a business and um, and you know that in other words, you're running a business and in other words, you're running a business, you're selling, you're marketing, uh, it could be anything. You could be marketing, say for instance, you're marketing potato chips. You marketing potato chips. You're marketing t-shirts or whatever. Say for instance, you're marketing these t-shirts, but you know that the t-shirts that you are selling, they are made with some chemicals. They're made with chemicals that can, give people a rash on their skin. So, do you keep selling them, or do you stop and let your customers know? In other words, what if you have they're already out on the market and you already have your customers already purchased them? So you have to definitely recall them right away. So you have to recall them right away. I remember when Tylenol they had some problem with the Tylenol tablets one time. I don't know if it was a liquid, but I know they had to recall. So it was said that they didn't recall them fast enough. And also some car dealerships, a lot of times they have to recall these cars because sometimes if the brakes are bad or the airbags or something like that, they have to recall. So you have to, when you're dealing in business, you have to make those recalls fast. So the recalls have to be made right away. So that is part of business ethics. So that's a course I took the Australia University Business Ethics. I think I got a B in that class. So I had a nice professor. He was very well. Where he presented the course very well, gave good lectures, and the material was very understandable, and I learned a whole lot in that class. And I still had that business ethics class in my mind. That's the book. It's the book. It's the class I took, business ethics. Yep. So his name was Dr. Jules, and Dr. Jules was a good teacher. And this is the ninth. This is second edition. So that was a good class. So I took computer classes, business law. I took what I took I took business. I took accounting. I took like two accounting courses. I took business law, accounting, some computer courses, finance. I think it was a financial management. I know we took a ethics, and then also took politics. I took a political class. It was called politics. I forgot the name of it, but it was a politics class. Statistics. I took a statistics course and took a lot of nice courses down there. So, you know, I feel that my education paid off for me. I'm very satisfied. I am satisfied with the you know education that I did receive at Australia University right here in Washington D.C. So class, I'm not going to talk too much longer because we already I usually try to do 1 hour, but just keep up with your accounting. So every video that I do, it won't be about accounting. Some of them will be about accounting, but sometimes I might run across some interesting topics that I might just want to talk about. Again, I guess everybody's up to date on this corona virus that's going around in China, so we have to watch out for that and watch out, so I think they say what happens is it permits flu-like symptoms that can turn into pneumonia. So We all have to be safe and careful, and but you know, everything seems like it's I don't know. Sometimes when you go to sleep and wake up, it's like things happen. You look at the news. You're like, oh, it's all this. Is, what is the world coming to? What is the world coming to? So, in other words, you're running a business. I'm running my business. I want to invest some money in my business. I want to, say for instance, I got this business I'm running. Even I love balloons. What if I'm just running a balloon manufacturer and running a balloon manufacturer and I want to invest 100,000 in my business. I want to debit my cash account and credit my owner's equity. And what if I need to take some uh, money out for my inventory? What inventory do I need? I need cash registers. I need to hire employees. I need to buy. Sorry, I need to buy inventory. I might have to buy those machines where you blow balloons up. I have like I said, I had to pay my employees or whatever inventory I need. I might have to pay for my storefront. I got rent on my building. I have rent on the building that I'm renting, you know, that I'm paying so I can run my business and whatever I need. And I might say, hey, well, all my supplies, my cash registers, I gotta pay for my employees. I have to pay salaries, payables, and all that, you know. So I want to take it and maybe I go to the business cash account and take out say for instance I put 10 million in, so I debit cash 10 million, credit owner's equity 10 million, but I need to go back and credit cash 500,000 or something like that, and credit cash 500,000 so I can take it out from my inventory and all that. And then I need to debit my withdrawals account because 500,000. Well, I had to come out my withdrawals account because I took it out of cash, so it's gonna come out my withdrawals account. So that's just an accounting. And then I have my, you know, my T accounts, and I'll make note of my T accounts. And 9 times out of 10, I have my accounting department. So my accounting department will be handling my all my accounting you know, income statements, balance sheets, statements of owner's equity. So I look for my accounting department to take care of that. So you know, so that's how that goes. So running a business, you have your, you know, you gotta build your brand. You gotta let customers know, hey, you can trust me. You can trust me. My products are A1, and you know, we have a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied, you can send it back, and we will refund your money 100%. So business is business, and that's how things work in the business world. So you know, so you have to be honest with your customers, because you know, I was just reading a couple passages in my business ethics book. Then they were saying, should you let the customer know that the deliveries might not be on time? In other words, the sales rep was going to be receiving a multi-million-dollar deal. And so in other words, should you let the customer know that the deliveries might not be on time just to land the deal? No, you have to let your customer know. You have to be upfront with your customer. Because I know, like I said in my other video, I went to the sub sandwich place one time downtown here in Washington D.C. And I was gonna get me a sub sandwich. I was standing behind the gentleman, and he had ordered a sandwich, and the representative, well, the cashier, I guess, the what you call it, the employee, well, she, I guess you can call her a service personnel, or well, she was working, you know, wrapping up his sandwich that he had ordered, and you know how you wrap it, and you know you go to Subway sandwich shop, but this was a different sandwich shop, and you know, like Quiznos. You know, we have DC, we have Quiznos, we have Blimpies, we have Subway, but this was, I forgot the name of this, but it was downtown. I can think of it one day. I'll mention it again on my one of my videos. I will mention it. But she was wrapping his sandwich so nice. The paper the wrapping paper and was so neat, and he was like shocked, and he was like, oh, you took your time, you wrapped that so nicely, and she was like, um, I'm taking my time and wrap it nicely because I want you to come back. So that's what business is. You don't get over on your customers and then, beating them out their money and not giving them their money's worth and not telling them what's in the product that may harm them, that can get them, So she said, look, I'm taking my time. I'm wrapping it like this because I want you to come back. And I was standing behind him. So I was there, and the food is nice. The sandwiches are always nice. So, and the place is clean. So when you go into a place and you want to sit down, uh, you want to order a sandwich or whatever you want to order, something to drink. They had it was like a sandwich, like a sub sandwich, little restaurant. But they had juice and little side stuff like cupcakes and donuts and tea and all kinds of sandwiches. You want what you want on your sandwich. Your turkey. You want a sub bread or you want regular bread, but when you go in there, everything is nice and clean. So you don't want to go to a place and you looking for a nice place where you can get a nice sandwich, a nice lunch. You want to know when you walk in there, the place clean and they greet you when you come in and they take their time. They really take their time. They take their time to make sure you have your straw in the bag. You make sure your sandwich is wrapped right and everything you need. And then they ask you, do you want anything else? Is there anything else? And you can really tell when you go to certain businesses that they really care about the customer. You can really tell. It's a big difference when you go. Try going to one Try going to one restaurant and comparing the customer service to another restaurant, and uh, see if you can balance the results. In other words, you go to Walmart and then go to Kmart and see what type of service you get in each one, and then balance the you know jot down what you think is good about each one of them and what you think was bad about each one of them, and how do they measure up to you, to your customer service qualifications, your valuable customer service results. So in other words, why do I like this one more? Which one was better at this and which one was better at that? And then see if you can give them points. And that way, that should be something that I should try myself. Go to Kmart, go to Walmart, go to Target, and those are the retail giants. And see what you like best about each one of them and what you didn't like about each one of them. And then go to Safeway, Giant, and Save a Lot, or Shoppers Food, or something like that, and see what you like best about each one of them and which one you didn't like about each one of them. And just, so customer service is very important. So, class, I'm going to close out on this note today. And thanks for joining me. And like I said, check out, if you have a tablet or you have a tablet and you have a tablet or this is a Kindle. This is a nice Kindle. So you can read your books on here. So, you can read your books on here. Read your books on here, or your kids, your children can read their books on there. Go to the, Google Play Store and you can read on, ebooks. So, class, thanks for joining me today. And I want to say I'll see you back here. Hope to see you back here, same place, same time. Accounting for real. Yes, accounting for real. So, accounting for real. So I want to say thanks for joining me today, class, and accounting for real. Accounting for real. Accounting County for real. Yes. All right. So you all have a good one. Come back to see me again. County for real. Same place, same time. So you all have a good one.